Folks, Troy Dooley, the Beachside CEO. The last few weeks I've been reading a book. It's not a thick book, so I want you to understand between now and the first of the year, you can finish this, even with family and Christmas and everything coming up. It's Life is Rich, How to Create Lasting Wealth. In today's get-rich-quick world, I guess you could say, we're all focused on the cash flow. Sometimes I think it's due to the debt load that we have that we're concerned about that short-term cash flow. But in this book, Nate Scott goes into detail, 13 chapters, of how to actually create yourself, create your wealth, and transfer that wealth to the next generation. I think this is powerful. One of the things that Nathaniel does in this book that I love, and I'll tell you, it's also pretty cool. Look at his kids. Doesn't he have two just awesome kids right there? But here's something that I like about this. So many times we don't apply ancient wisdom. And in this book, Nate, and I want you to hear this because I don't want you getting turned off. I don't care what your spiritual belief is, atheist, non-atheist, humanistic, Christian, Mormon, Catholic, Muslim, doesn't matter. Listen to this. Every chapter, he starts it off with a Bible verse. And at first I thought, oh man, I don't know about this. Here former Marine, alpha male, I'm thinking, what kind of book is this if it's got a verse in it? But you know what? Each chapter, that verse actually is a foundational pillar to the principles that he's teaching. So it really doesn't matter what your spiritual background or lack of might be, you will honestly get something out of this. His first chapter, Leadership is the Answer. Here's something about that first chapter that I loved. In reading Nate's little biography on the back, listen to this. Nathaniel Scott Jr., MBA, is a former enlisted soldier, war veteran, West Point graduate, went from enlisted to going to West Point, U.S. Army infantry captain and ranger. In the old days, we called those Mustangers that went from the infantry, the backbone of any service, to leading in the officer. And he starts his book off in that first chapter, Leadership is the Answer. Chapter number 2, What is the Cash Flow Danger? It's powerful stuff there. It happened to me. He gives a personal story, a rendition, becoming an entrepreneur. Most of us can't spell that word, let alone wondering how to become one. Number 5, creating the right entity. I was just having some lunch the other day with one of my boys, and we were talking about what entity to set up. We have, I think, 7 companies that we control and own, and we're working to be like Sir Richard Branson, who has like 300. But we're really concentrating on that. So setting up the right entity is so important. Asset protection, something that I've started to really study and to look at because we've got a sue-happy country and world these days. Financing your enterprise, guarding your financial privacy, that's something that's huge. Reducing your taxes, planning your retirement, residual income retirement, planning your estate, transferring that wealth to the next generation, and a life is rich. I tell you, this is a book. You can get it at Amazon. You can go over to, I think it's a Life is Rich. Facebook.com/Life is Rich. You can order it there. I have come to know Nate. Matter of fact, the other day he texted me, it was a private message on Facebook. He said, hey man, when do you have time where we can just get together and chat? And I said, you know what? I've been slammed, Nate. It's the end of the year. We got all these clients we're taking care of. You call me at 5:30 tomorrow morning. I'll be at Starbucks drinking a cup of coffee, getting ready to read the Wall Street Journal before I go work out. He calls me. I had my phone turned off. I had to apologize. I called him back within 15 minutes, and we had an hour-plus phone call where he mentored me. He took time to add value to my life, and that's some pretty powerful stuff. So, again, guys, Life is Rich, How to Create Lasting Wealth. I believe you should get a copy. If you're a parent with kids in school, kids in college, I'm telling you, it's a short read. I think you should buy a copy for each one of them. If you're a sales leader, it would probably be wise to buy a copy for your top leaders because it's going to show that it's not just about the cash flow. It's about accumulating that wealth and being able to pass that wealth on to the next generation. Powerful stuff right here. Live life like it's an epic adventure. Stay dangerous, stay strong. And if you're in a home base or small business.